I thought that if there was only one topic that I really wanted to talk to the world about, honestly and even a little vulnerably, it would be about the gift of clairvoyance, about witches, and about the power of women. And I thought that it is actually very difficult to talk to a large audience about things that are actually happening. Because, well, it is one thing to make TikToks, talk about money mindset, to do what the mass market understands and what everyone understands. And it is fun. Another thing is to talk about really serious topics, but today it was like a point of no return because a girl sent me a DM and she said, "Sasha, I have cancer and I am very scared." More precisely, she has a suspicion of cancer because she will not have cancer, everything is fine. And she says, "I have a suspicion of cancer and I am scared." I looked, just connected to the flow, looked at what was going on with her. And there was one very important thing. She has a great power. A power. You can call it being a witch, you can call it intuition, you can call it different things, but that is just the power of women. The power of women, a magical one, to see things that others do not see. And she does not acknowledge this power because she is scared that her mother will judge her for it, that it is all esoteric, incomprehensible. And she is like a recluse because her mother does not accept it, because she does not recognize the power. And that is why she is sick. Because when a person comes here with a great mission, they come with a great mission, and each of you has a manifestation in life that you have been hiding in a corner all your life. Like I did with singing. And we can never be happy in life if we do not do it, if we do not acknowledge our power. And as for the power of witches, there are just so many rumors, fears that witches were burned at the stake. By the way, it turns out I am fighting against Soviet thinking in the money mindset course. Actually, I know history very well. I studied history in school, passed the Unified State exam, got a lot of points. I know history very well, and I love history. When I studied history, I always had this horror when I heard the phrase Soviet Union. I just did not study the 19th century at all. More precisely the 20th century, I will not study it, I do not like it. The thing is, what did they do essentially in the Soviet Union? They eliminated any dissent and they eliminated any power of people, like intuition. Remember, right? They banned religions and, well, in short, it was prohibited. There were persecutions. And at first, when I started studying the money mindset, it was 2 years ago, it was so strongly manifested, right? I have been working my whole life to become rich and remove my money blocks. 2 years ago, my AB money course came out. I saw my mission in freeing people from Soviet blocks, from this Soviet system of ours, where everything is forbidden, where you cannot express yourself, where you cannot be rich, where you cannot be, where you cannot enjoy, where everyone has to be the same. And if you are better than others, it is just fucked up. And at first I saw my mission as simply, to free people from these Soviet blocks so that they can make money. Then I study everything through myself. Then I started delving into myself more, stronger, deeper. Then I lost myself at some point. In 2021, when I came to Moscow and gained a lot of weight, and I just did not understand what the hell was happening to me. And now I understand I lost my femininity again. And what I realized over the past 7 months is that my mission is not only to remove Soviet blocks regarding money. My mission is to remove Soviet blocks regarding everything magical. My mission is to remove Soviet blocks regarding clairvoyance, regarding the flow, regarding the fact that yes, there is this field of universal information, and there is all this, and there is intuition. Intuition exists, and we all receive knowledge, and it all exists. It is not delusions, and our entire industry is aimed at taking away our power. The whole world, in fact, is aimed at closing our flow so that we start vegetating. We are scared with wars, news, fear closes the flow. We are stuffed with medications. I had an abnormal menstrual cycle. By the way, the female cycle, when you have problems with the female cycle, you do not acknowledge your power, you do not acknowledge your witch, you do not acknowledge your flow, you do not acknowledge your gift. And I had problems with the female cycle. So, my period started very late, and at some point I also started denying my body and began losing weight drastically. I lost a lot of weight and my periods completely stopped. And what did the medical system do to me? They put me on contraceptive hormones to normalize my female cycle. But it was like my inner voice, my inner power was so strong that I dreamed that, by the way, a dream is also a flow. If you have dreams, if you see something in your sleep, especially in a lucid dream, this is also a flow. It is also the information that comes to you. And I had a dream that, Sasha, that is it, stop, you cannot take this. No, 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 you cannot, you cannot, you cannot. And I had that dream. That is probably when I decided to listen to my flow and my intuition, and to my gift. And I stopped taking the pills. And then a long journey of cleansing my body began. Our flow is blocked by alcohol, our flow is blocked by drugs, and for some, drugs may give a flow, but it is an illusory flow, a flow that takes us away. And I know this very well because I have many friends. And the only flow that is pure, true, it is not from anything, it is not under any influence. It is when you live in that state and you do not need any external devices to feel that flow. Our flow is blocked by alcohol and the propaganda of it. Our flow is blocked by drugs, our flow is blocked by food. All food, processed food, refined one. All food blocks our flow, our vision, clairvoyance. In reality, everyone is clairvoyant, especially every woman is clairvoyant. Absolutely every woman is a witch. Every woman is a witch. Overachievement closes our flow. At some point, patriarchy came and said that a woman is a witch and it is not allowed. And men were simply scared of our power because our female power is just insane. We see everything, we see right through everything. And then feminism came and women started saying that they are men and that they are strong and equal. And it is amazing because we truly are strong and we truly are equal. But women started seeing their equality differently and they started seeing it in overachieving. And that is when we also started closing our flow. Remember, each of you on vacation, maybe during yoga or during some very calm practice, maybe during a massage, maybe when you were swimming on vacation, you experienced the flow. Everyone experienced the flow. It is intuition, ordinary intuition. Something comes to your mind. And all of society, everything that exists in our world, programs us to believe that our intuition is just delusions, that we imagined it, that it is not true, that intuition does not exist. And all of society teaches us not to trust our intuition, not to believe in our intuition. It is like a child saying, Mom, I want to become an astronaut, and she is like, bullshit. We all crush intuition of other people, we all crush ambitions of other people. Because in reality, we know everything. In reality, we do not need anyone. But our channel is so polluted that we cannot do anything. We are vegetating with anxiety and in fear. And fear, anxiety, worry, a restless mind, busyness, these are the biggest things that block our channel and our intuition. Practices, meditations, rituals, herbs, clean diet, all of this opens our channel. And I understand that it was simply impossible not to release this video because this girl with the illness, I realized that if I do not bring up this topic, then I am not fulfilling my destiny. Burn them at the stake. We are so scared. We are so scared because we still have this belief ingrained in our minds that if we talk about something magical, if we talk about esotericism, we will be burned at the stake, as our media portrays, mocking the power, mocking the flow. Although in reality it exists and each of you has experienced it. And let us just call it intuition. I realize that all this time what I have been doing is developing my intuition, and people ask me how I feel the trends, how I feel what needs to be posted. I simply read from the field. I just know I trust myself 100%. I am not afraid to trust my intuition. I am not afraid to come across as rude or unlikable to someone. I'm not afraid to say no if I do not want to do something. I know my boundaries. If I feel that someone is not right for me, I will say that they are not right for me. And I am not afraid to be alone because I know that my people will be drawn to me, and my strongest, most powerful people in this world will be drawn to me. And perhaps this video is in some way a lighthouse. A big light that shines and says you are not alone. Strong people, you are not alone. And in the flow, everything is possible. In the flow, you can make billions. In the flow, you can find your love. In the flow, you can make deals. I can see everything. I can see if this deal needs to be made. I can see if this money needs to be put there, invested there or not. Everything in the flow, everything is possible. I realized that I developed my flow to such purity that it is simply necessary for me to share it with people. That is why I have resumed my personal consultations. I have set them at a high price compared to everything else because one must be ready for my flow. But I have also packaged my flow into a course, and every woman is a witch, and no one will judge you. If you see a talent in yourself, if you see abilities in yourself, and each of you has abilities, do not be afraid to develop them, please. No one will scold you for it. No one will banish you. No one will burn you at the stake. We are not in the Middle Ages. Your mother will definitely accept you. It is just that parents are also scared. Because of the persecutions in the Soviet Union, because of the persecutions in the Middle Ages, but magic exists, and it is among us, and we can be afraid of it or we can use it. Write what you think about it. Write if you feel your intuition, if you trust your intuition. Share this video as much as you can so that every woman, and we start getting sick because of this, our periods stop, we develop polycystic ovary syndrome, we get skin diseases, we get acne, we gain weight, we get cancer, we get seriously ill. We get seriously ill if we do not acknowledge our power. We really start having health problems. A healthy woman is a woman who has acknowledged her power and her inner witch. I understand that I simply have no choice but to share this. That is why I am sharing. I really hope that you will support me. Please share this video and acknowledge your power. I want to see it as my big mission to develop the intuition of every person in this world and connect them to their personal flow and knowledge base. Because you deserve it. I love you. Believe in yourself.